Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is 1860 Munich, it is the Youth Only Challenge here, and today in episode 16, Patrick officially signs. You can see him on the screen, it's fantastic. We're also playing a new tactic, it is based off someone else's tactic. I will explain that all in a second and how it's going and the form that has been, but as you can see, we have got Patrick in the van. We are going to start with him because he's the main man. And there you all go. The Brazilian coming in. The man that was worth 11 mil when he was at Botafogo. He is now worth 2.8 to 4.7. We signed him for 500k. So that is very good profit. As you can see here, he's definitely a ball-winning midfielder on the support role. And we do play with one actually in this system. So that is fantastic. Great amount of passing, teamwork, tackling, work rate, and physicality. If we actually go to my Youth Only Challenge and some pictures, we do have a 16-year-old Patrick that we can compare him to. So if you have a look at that, straight off the bat, all you can see is those physicals have definitely gone up. So we've gone from 8 to 11, 9 to 12, 12 to 14, 7 is jumping, which stayed the same because I think his height stayed the same, which has. Natural fitness has gone up by 2, his pace has gone up by 3, stamina up by 3, and his strength's been going up by 3, which is fantastic. If you look at him mentally, not too much change, you know, a couple of one pluses through here, +1, +2 on concentration, which is really nice. Plus a decision. His determination has actually gone down, but that might be because Botafogo got relegated. As you can see, his positioning has gone from 10 to 12, which is awesome. His teamwork stayed the same. His vision's gone up by 1. And his work rate has stayed the same as well. But he's always been mentally pretty decent. And now that he's come from playing in the Brazilian second division mainly, and his form wasn't that good there, hits-wise only 2.5 star. Form has a bit of a role to play in that. We'll touch on his form in a sec. I expect this guy to come in and play, even though we're in the second Bundesliga, at a higher level, because it's in Europe, and thus probably go and grow. And as you can see here, corner stay the same, crossing up by 1, dribbling same, finishing same, wouldn't touch it anyway, 12, 13's all the same. His headering went up by 1, which is huge. His passing went up by 1, which is nice. Tackling actually went up by 1 as well, and his technique went up. So for me, what he did is he grew a lot physically because he was playing games of football, but he hasn't grown mentally too much. He's grown a bit, but technically not much at all. And the reason why I'll put that to is, yet again, as you can see, he played only 5 games in the first division, actually played well, and then he played 18 games in the second division, and I would say the German second Bundesliga is a lot better than the second division level, perceived at least on Football Manager, than the Brazilian second division. So for me, he's going to come in, play with a bit more quality players, the likes of Batten and Yeppy, and well, I think he's just going to develop that fair bit. We also need to touch on our league form because we do have a potential to get promoted this season, and that is definitely the plan with the people that we are missing. The other 2 signings is Peter Lucas. This guy was just on a free. I decided to pick him up on a free. Could improve a lot in the future. I'm just going to let him sit in the 19s. Hopefully he develops. If he does, great. If he doesn't, we'll sell him on for profit like we're doing with everybody else. And then lucky last, Wayne Shackleton. He looked good when we picked him up. He was one of those ones which just newly got into the second Bundesliga. Oh my God, 5-star, look at the mentals. And he has unfortunately just not looked the goods. I'm going to move straight away into the 19s and probably forget about him, but there we go. But yeah, look, it doesn't always work. Martin's gone as well. We've got offers for Muller. I may actually sell Muller just to get him playing at somewhere else. I would ideally want to loan him out. Berg, I'm not going to go for as well. Just going to click through these here. Dynamo Dresden make a bid here, but we are, for people wondering, we are definitely talking to JS about a new contract. Unfortunately, they only want a 2.5 mil release fee, but it's better than 1.6. And if he gets through this window, he does become homegrown. So we're going to do everything in our power to just get through this window. Mark Williams, they want on loan, sure. These are the people that we just need to forget about. And Yeppy is got a bid from Hertha Berlin. That ain't good. That's a bid worth 2.8 mil, and he has a 4.4 mil release fee to clubs in higher divisions. We need like Liverpool to come in for him. That ain't a good start to the window with that happening, but there we are. All right, in terms of what's going on here, because we haven't recapped too much, I did mean to film a part of episode 16 when we changed the tactic. Reason why I didn't is because then I changed the tactic on myself again, and that was what we went with. And the run of form has been good up until the last 2 games of the season. Don't know what happened with Bielefeld, but yeah, we just copped it, and they are a good side, but they're not having a good year. And then Paderborn, we had to come back from 2-0 down, so the tactic was working well, and then those 2 games happened. So what happened here is, let's just explain from the beginning why I changed tactic. Dresden we lost 3-5. Absolutely dominated this game, right? When I mean dominated, I mean we dominated. 4.83 expect G, 6 blocks inside the 6-yard box, hit the woodwork a couple of times, dominated. For whatever reason, every chance went in for them, right? We then beat Jan at Rendsburg, and they did absolutely nothing and still scored 2. So right now, all of a sudden, you've dominated 2 games. Yes, you've won 1. Yeah, you've scored goals, but really, realistically, you've already conceded 7 goals in 2 games, and you're meant to be one of the teams pushing for promotion. That ain't good. Howden, just an amateur side, so don't worry about them. And then St. Pauli came around, and this is the game that got my mind ticking to maybe we need to change from the 4-3-3. Doesn't look like it there, but it was 1-0 at half time, and we deserved to be 2-3, 4-1 down. They had about 16 shots in the first half, so they dominated the first half. We were very lucky. All our shots came second half. At half time, we switched 4-2-4, and we went out there and we played very good. We dominated them second half. We managed to get the goals, and we won the game of football, which is always nice. We then played FCN, and yet again, you're like, 2-0, that's great. 0-0 until the 89th minute, and they had 10 men. I had to go to a free striker formation in order to win this game. So yeah, the 4-3-3 was letting in goals and not dominating, or dominating and not scoring. And then, we've got the results, but really, have you played good football? No. So for me, I was like, I think it's time to go. I didn't do it straight away, and then Darmstadt beat me. And one of the new signings here in goals had a shocker. I'll explain to him in a second as well, because there's a lot to explain here. And as you can see, just yet again, we 60% of the ball, but didn't really create nothing. And I was like, well, I don't know what's really going on. We've stopped creating our juices. Surely it'll be okay against newly promoted Action, who are one of the worst teams in the league. And yet again, 1.34 goal expectancy, 60% possession, and we lost. So for me, that was the breaking. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. I needed to change. This isn't the system that we use against Kiel. I've tested a lot of systems. We loaded up the Newcastle Beta Save. We also loaded up Palermo. We just threw in some different tactics throughout the FM base, FM arena, FM scout, like testing tactics, and just see what worked and what didn't, so we can morph into our own tactic that we wanted to build. As you can see here, we did win the game, but played really poorly against Kiel. Will say though, Kiel is one of those teams that always dominate possession in the league, but never do too well. So yeah, and then against Heidemann, the tactic that we actually just settled on comes into fruition. And as you can see, it is a 4-1-3-2. I don't know why, but a lot of the testing tactics use this system, and what it does, it gives you a good midfield balance, right? Gives you a good midfield balance, and then it allows people to bomb on. So this tactic's based on the 4-1-3-2 based by Bain, which you can find on YouTube, FM Scout as well. But we made our own adaptation. So with Bain, he plays like a DLP, and he plays wingers on support, which I did use in my last game because Eleftherides was available, and we had a midfielder missing. But the way we've been playing it is actually like this. We've been playing with defensive wingers. So if you go to Yeppy, right, he plays very well as a defensive winger out there on support. And they've changed the role slightly on defensive wingers. They made them a little bit more aggressive, more like natural wingers that track back a bit more. And I like that. And the fact that he's so hard-working, what it means is that when we do lose the ball, teams aren't hitting us on the break because Yeppy's getting back in position. And it does mean the Freitas are playing a little bit out of position, but you've got to remember, the Freitas won't be here forever. The Freitas is Wolfsburg's own player. We're just using him because, we need to get him homegrown. There is a plan. And I have got people in my mind, Miller's one of them, to train to be a defensive winger on the left. Because if we can do that, when we lose the ball, if I've got a ball-winning midfielder, 2 defensive wingers, an inverted winger, and another inverted wing-back who go into these roles here, by the way, Melendres is fantastic in this role, it means I've got a ball-winning midfielder who tracks back, even though on support he bombs on a little bit more. Set him in on attack, by the way, you can put so many roles on it, so I've just told him to, move in the channels, get tackle, get further forward. It basically Baden plays like as a box-to-box, but on drugs, and just gets in the box. It's ridiculous. And what it means, though, defensively, is that with 2 defensive wing-backs, wingers on support, and 2 inverted wing-backs, I've got 2 guys sitting alongside Eleftherides, and then I've got the 2 wing-backs that drop into a wing-back position, but plays as a winger, which is great. So for me, it's just a great role. Yeppy Hansen loves it out there, and what it means is I can play Batten, Eleftherides does not play that, obviously it's Patrick now that he's on, and Yeppy, and you're like going, well, that's your 3 best players, and they're playing in 3 very good roles for you. Mix in Jay Hess and Jacob Anderson, who's been developing really nicely. This guy at 18 is going to be an absolute monster. Look at his physicals. We're going to be in a very good spot. So then, obviously, if that's the tactic, as you can see, if you want to quickly pause it, I would suggest what you do, just download the Bain tactic, which is what I did, but then obviously change it for how you want to play. I actually left these pretty similar to how they are, and then obviously I've just changed player roles to suit the team because, not everything works for everyone. But yeah, I would 100% recommend you guys doing that. But if you want to set it up yourself, there you go. And I've got player introductions. You can do that yourselves to how you think suits your team. And then if you go back to the schedule, as you can see, from that moment on, against Heidemann onwards, we won every game, looking amazing, keeping clean sheets, all going well. And then I don't know what happened against Bielefeld, but every chance decided to go in for them. Serrano scored 4. We didn't deserve nothing. And then against Paderborn, 2-0 down very quickly. And then we decided to come back, dominate the game to an extent. Not really, probably deserved to be a draw. And yeah, so very interesting times. But look, in terms of the part of this episode, for the rest of this episode, you're just going to see other players that we may or may not have purchased. I do actually have to, because we haven't talked about it, about deadline day. I do have to talk about what we signed on deadline day. I do apologise, boys. We obviously signed Alex Burden from Melbourne City, had a 1.1 mil release fee. Look how good this guy is, from Australia, 5 times capped by Australia. I've been chasing him for about a year and a bit now. Never wanted to come. Deadline day, they signed him on a new contract for 1.1 million, which was a release fee. I've got him in. Only probably wants to play as a no-nonsense centre-back on defend. I'm playing him there. I don't like it because it means he just gives away the ball a lot, but he does win a lot of headers, and after this year we can play him as a central defender and he'll be good. And we also signed a new keeper because we needed one, obviously, and that was Aaron Blumberg. And have a look at him, promising keeper from Argentina. Reminds me a lot of Carlos Abad for those from the SFB save. Just keep watching out for this bloke because he's got very good technicals. He's better than Joel Muller, and it allows me to sell Joel Muller, which may be one of the things that happened in the later stage of this episode, because when we sell Joel, he is my own player because he was homegrown here at 1860 minutes because he came from our own youth intake, which means we can sell him, hopefully he develops, and then we can buy him back. Welcome back, YouTube. End of episode number 16, and we have to recap some results, some changes of tactics, and has Yeppy ended up at Bayern Munich? Yeah, he has. I'm not even going to give you suspense on that. He is officially a Bayern Munich player, back on loan for us till the end of the season, which will, of course, make him eligible and homegrown. Apparently, it's saying that he's going to be trained at the club and homegrown done now. I'm guessing just taking it to the fact that because we've loaned him back in and he's become Bayern's player, it just makes him 1860 Munich homegrown. So, yep, he's officially our own homegrown player. Unfortunately, that's not the case with Andre Batten. With Andre Batten. He's still got, just over a year to go. So obviously we loaned him back in. He would obviously get the job done. Interesting enough, Liverpool would let me loan him back in, but I would have to pay 60% of his wage that he is on at Liverpool, and that's all well and good. But at the minute, Batten's here on a free. So I'm going to wait till the end of the season to do that one there. Now, the reason is that if Liverpool accept that, we then start paying 60% of the wage. If we wait until the end of the season, we get the rest of the season with him on a free, and that was all well and good by me. So, yeah, in terms of that, not too bad. In terms of the tactics, boys, I don't know what's been going on, but this season's been really weird. Like, obviously, start of the year, the 4-3, horrid. We moved into that 4-1-3-2 system with the defensive wingers, and I was like, you know what? This is a system not too bad. We always said to ourselves, the Diamond's the preferred system I want to play, because we had so much fun with it at Palermo. I felt like it was going to win me a Champions League. I built that Diamond on stream, didn't look at no watching on tactics or, tactic videos, etc., and taking the best out of lot. We just built that 4-1-2-1-2 because it suited the team at Palermo, and we were annihilating in that save until the glitch happened. We've always said that we wanted to go back to it. We went and played this 4-1-3-2 system, and we obviously had the 4-0 loss, the 2-2. And against Kaiserslautern, we played okay. We're like, We then got FM'd again by Dresden for the second time this year, the team in second. It doesn't look like too much of an FM. It's more the fact of the goals and the highlights we had. We had an expected goal ratio of 1.43, and we missed a couple of big one-on-one chances where we dribbled the keeper, we put it wide, or JS would have a one-on-one and just be like, well, that's not well and good and where we want to be. So yeah, we then lost to 16 play at the hands of Renberg, and that was it for me with this system. When you're losing the 16th, they've only had 2 shots on goal, and both have gone in an absolute FMing and a half. You just tear your hair out, don't you? We actually ended up playing Diamond set with 40, in the 60th minute I switched to the Diamond. We looked like scoring 2, 3, 4. Just never happened. Just in one of those days at the office where it never goes and clicks. We then played newly promoted Action, who did FM us in a 1-0 loss early in the season. As you can see, 23 shots, 9 on target, looked amazing. Don't know what it is about us. We get to the 7th minute, we're cruising in a game, and then we love conceding goals. They scored 2, and they actually had a highlight in the 91st minute from kickoff where they won the ball back to make it 4-3. If that had flown in, I would have been very nervy. But as you can see, look at that team there. No Patrick because he's been on international duty, which is unfortunate. But in the diamond, we do look really good. We knew this from our parlay. So if you haven't watched that, obviously we did a bit of that till it was a game-breaking glitch. We know that when we're the better team than the opposition, we dominate the ball, we keep it, and we are unbelievable in it. Our fullbacks bomb on, it's great. But even better when you're not the dominating team, you stay in games because it is defensively solid. No more than here against Hoffenheim. We are in. Thank you for the follow, King Ali 9. Yo, welcome to the stream. Whereabouts you watching from? Back to it, YouTube. As you can see here, we knocked out Hoffenheim. That is correct. Out of the DFB Pokal. Bit lucky. Brandon Williams with a very cynical. I'm just going to show you it. A very cynical. You started one a few days ago, mate. We are in season 4 here, 1860 meter youth only challenge. I highly recommend you do exclamation rules for those on YouTube. We've obviously seen the follow from King Ali 9. Links down below to come follow me live on Twitch. Then obviously, this is season 4 of the youth challenge we're doing with 1860. But yeah, look, we go long, and it's a 93rd minute, 94 minutes at a time. We win the ball back here from this highlight, and we are away. When we mean we are away, it's a great foul from Brandon Williams here. Because we fight, we win the ball back, it's nice, it's all well and good. We then get a long one, and we just win it, and then it's carnage from here. Like, I wish it would just go straight to the red card highlight, to be fair. But yeah, here, look at this. Liam's in here, bang. Williams is behind his man, and he's probably a little unlucky because he does win some of the ball, but he has to go through. Jay has to get him, and like if he doesn't do that, JS just takes it and it's game over there. The goal though from JS to win this game of football though, YouTube, Twitch stream, everybody is delightful. Like, have a look at this. The Nielsen, JS, we get the ball again. It's the diamond, and this is the thing about the diamond. When you do get it going well, look at this. We've obviously got the Nielsen here. We've got both centre backs splitting the striker, and we've got the defensive midfielder where if the ball goes here, you can pick the ball up in this pocket of space. But look at the numbers committing forward. Fullback, right? Another fullback that will go into this space here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys looking to make runs in behind the Mazzala, obviously the attacking mid, the 2 strikers causing havoc. In the end, Nielsen found space for Murat. Liam jumps in. The Nielsen's in here, and look at the space here. The Nielsen JS, 1 touch, and thank you very much into the top bin. That is how you win a massive game against Hoffenheim. And to make it even better, we got Frankfurt. And for those that do remember, last year we knocked them out of the DFB Pokal. There is a massive opportunity here to make a semi-final of the German Cup whilst in the second division, which could be huge. And then we obviously played St. Pauli, lucky last up. And like I said before, this is why I love the diamond. It's because in the diamond, when you're not at your best, you will get chances, but more importantly, it's defensively solid. That midfielder will sit in. Those 2 centre-backs will do a job, and the full-backs will look to, be okay. Where when we play poorly in the 4-1-3, or the 4-1-3-2, or we play poorly in the 4-3-3, or we play poorly in the 4-2-4, we would cop it because we're the worst team, right? Here in the diamond, it seems like we're a bit more dogged. We found that with Palermo. Every time we played poorly, it would do the job. I've been saying it on stream for the last 4 seasons, basically. I can't wait till we can play the diamond. It's just now come. Push comes to shove. The league is so close to get into the Bundesliga. We're 2 points behind second and first, who are both ahead of us. Look, we should be 6 points clear of Dresden because they've FM'd me home and away this season. After our promotion in the first season, so yes, King, we did get promoted first year in the Youth Challenge here. Another question coming in off the Twitch chat, YouTube. But yeah, look, it's come to a stage where it's like, I can't stick to my guns and play 4-3. I can't stick and see if the 4-1-3-2 comes out of this run of form. When you're ahead of expectation, which we are, but my expectation is to go up, right? But when you're ahead of expectation, say if our expectation was to finish, to be here, and then we had this poor run of form, I would stick with the system, right? In my Palermo save, we went through 5-8 games in a row where we lost, right? But it was our first season in, we went from being top, because we won 9 from our first 10 games in the league, to being mid-table, and in the end finished mid-table, and I was like, look, first year, you want to stay up. That's the sort of thing you don't change the tactic for, right? Here, we're trying to get promoted whilst we still got Yeppy, Hansen, Batten, all these boys. So changing the system is definitely a big part of it. That is a team on paper that's very close to being your full 11. Obviously, you would have Burden who is out injured, but massive moment, massive spot. And look, in this diamond, maybe we do find a way to get promoted, who knows. As you can see, the league is very tight. We've got me and SPVG on 43 points, Dynamo Dresden and St. Pauli on 45, and you got FCN on 39 who are out of it too. And if Bilford win their game in hand, they go to 33, and you wouldn't rule them out either. But that is where it sits at the minute. Next time we come back, YouTube, it's going to be for Youth Intake Day. We will obviously then recap if we made it through to the through to the semi-final of the DFB Pokal. And of course, it's how the run's going in the league. This season could have a live comp final. This season could have a live comp semi-final. This season could have a live comp final day. Who knows where it's going to go? But we're all going to find out here on stream tonight. And that is going to be massive. If you are liking the content, go give it a like. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. And as always, YouTube, links down below to come follow me live on Twitch. Till next time. Exciting things are happening at 1860 Munich. Is this the year we go up? Or is this going to be another year of pain? And we're going to not do it with all our best players throughout the club?